Week again. Time for the weekly money making live streams here on my channel. Uh, as the title can say, I'm pretty much back for now. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, let you guys know what's going on and all that stuff. I mean, we're gonna be making money as always, but we're gonna also be doing some of the stuff that is double money and RP for now, from now until the 11th. I mean, it's been going on for about 2 weeks now, so let me just get out of this chair here and we can go and start making that money, you know? We're gonna be doing some of the MC contracts here. Like we got two we can do here. We got gun running and jailbreak. We'll do jailbreak first. Get that out of the way.
Hi there, President.
Yeah, I'm the prez. You're probably wondering why I am doing a live stream this early when I should be doing them around like 7 at night my time. Well, I'm gonna be doing another live stream that time, around that time again. Maybe playing. I'm gonna be doing like a
let me know. I'll bring it by.
A live stream on Resident Evil 7. Around that time, I'm gonna be doing like a playthrough of the Madhouse difficulty, just to show it, just to play around with it and stuff, just to see how it is, and all that stuff. So, yeah, probably also are wondering why I've been gone for some time, like for about 2 or 3 weeks. Let's see where he's at. Okay. Well, the reason behind that is because my network or pretty much Rockstar servers in this regard have been really acting up with me. I don't know what's been going on, but ever since they dropped the Hunter into online, I just haven't been able to stay connected into like a good session for more than 3 to 5 minutes before it just lags me out into a session to my own, like how it is now. Or if I'm in a good session and then I'll start saying, I'll send that error message saying unable to lost connection to the server because of an unknown network error. Or some stuff like that. I mean, I talked to Rockstar support and I've tried pretty much everything. I've tried everything that they suggested. I've tried things that I've looked up online, and nothing just seems to work. Like for instance, changing the IP, that would like work for a few hours, and then all of a sudden the next day I would get online and everything would be back to square frickin' one. Or I can switch. I can do like no, these guys are talking too much. But anyway, I can do like do a static IP, try to do port forwarding. That doesn't work. I even went as far as changing the DNS numbers on the PS4 to like either Google's OpenDNS or just OpenDNS from Cisco, and that won't work. Like none of that works anymore. Like I even changed the IP address to a NetType 3 type, like an outside the normal parameter IPs and stuff, and that worked. But then now it doesn't work anymore. So I really don't know what's going on at this point. I mean, I never had this problem ever. Like not even when my PS4 was hooked up via wire. Because right now I'm doing everything Wi-Fi now because where I'm at, fucking dudes, man, shut up. Anyway, the router is in the other room, and I can't stretch a Ethernet cable from the router to here.
Oh, you must have a
But-
real good reason for being here.
Even then, I was able to connect into a good online session and stay in there for a couple of hours on end without it lagging out, you know. And yeah, I'm going up the mountain. Come on. And like I said, I've tried pretty much everything I can think of to get it working, and just nothing works. Like I went as dude, shut up! I went as far as going like resetting the router back to factory settings. I went and reinitialized my PS4.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm about to kill that guy. But yeah, just nothing works. So, and like I said, I've done everything Rockstar suggested. I've done everything I tried to find up on the internet. Just nothing just seems to work. So, the only thing I can think of that would work is maybe updating the firmware on the router. But then the problem there lies. But then that's a problem in on itself, because the router that my aunt has, it's a router that her internet provider can like the internet provider she's got has to update the firmware themselves, and they have a reputation of not. Come on. Wow. Ain't no guys.
That's it.
But anyway, yeah, the damn bus got stuck in a tree. But anyway, oh, shut up! But anyway, like I said, her ISP has the reputation of not updating their customers' equipment firmware. They're the type of ISP provider that would say, "Oh, alright, these cops are really pissing me off." But anyway, the ISP she's got has the reputation of saying, "Oh, your stuff is okay, but like your firmware is all up to date," even though the manufacturer of the router says that there's an update. God. What's this thing stuck on? Fucking cops. But anyway, as I've finally mentioned, yeah, her router won't let me update it unless her ISP does it for her, and they have They have a reputation of not doing that. They're pretty much one of those ISPs that will say, "Oh, your stuff's updated. Your router's all fine, but if you want to upgrade your router, you have to buy this router and that stuff." And the router she's got is like a Netgear 3000 DV2, and it's running like on firmware 2, version 2.05 or some shit like that. And I checked the Netgear's website pertaining to a firmware update to the router, and
Just walk the fuck away.
uh,
Let's see it.
they're recommending upgrading to firmware like 3.06 or something, and like I said, the router she has, her ISP has to update it, and they're not gonna do it. Even if I attempt to say I am calling or chatting you and representing my aunt, and her just saying that her router needs to be updated, the router firmware needs to be updated, I know they won't do it. Because I went on the forums of her I went onto the forums of her ISP and there's like a I need to think.
Fuck them, puto. Go for it.
But long story short, yeah, even if they do update the ISP on there,
Hell fucking yeah.
I mean, even if they update the firmware, I highly doubt it will work. Because I was talking to one of my friends' friends, and she's having the same problem I'm having, where she would get into a session, a good one, and anyway, she would get into a good session, and then with like 3 to 5 minutes, she'll lag out. So by that definition, I'm starting to believe that Rockstar servers are really getting buggy, and I think that until they update the game again, it could be the Smugglers Run updates screwed up the servers to a point where some people are lagging into sessions like this, other people are not. Because I even checked on the support page, Rockstar support page, and even though it's sporadic, there are people who are having the same problem I'm having. They would have network errors, getting into sessions, lagging out of the sessions, that kind of stuff. The same kind of stuff I'm dealing with. So I'm starting to believe it's more of a Rockstar server issue than on my end, because like I said, I never had this problem before, and you know what? I'm just gonna end this mission straight up. These I was gonna wait, but these guys are really pissing me off. Hey. Only 10,000 for that? Wow, only 10 grand on that mission. Wow, that's kind of BS. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be doing this live stream for long. Just like for an hour and a half, maybe 2. Kind of standard and all that stuff. But yeah. Anyway, I'm starting to believe it's more on Rockstar's. Oh wow, I asked for my card and it didn't come. Yeah, this game's getting really buggy. Like, you thought it was bad when the servers first came up. I think it's getting to that point again. I mean, not to the point where I'm gonna lose my character, because if I lose my character, that's it. I'm not gonna play this game anymore. Yeah, $10,000 on that. Maybe because I didn't, yeah. But I couldn't stand those guys screaming in my ear anymore. Yeah. I'm starting to believe it's more Rockstar servers acting up because of this update that just came out. That's why I'm... Because usually, before this update came out, the way I would get into these servers, like these by myself, was that I would just either I would just switch the MTU number on the PS4 down to like 700 or something, or I would just lobby hop until I get into a session. I don't know. I mean, like I'm saying, Carl, I'm having Rockstar servers are having issues with me, so like I said at the beginning of the live stream, I can't stay in a good populated server for more than 3 to 5 minutes before the game decides, like go into your own server, like that kind of stuff. It's been going around like that since the Hunter dropped, and as I mentioned, I tried everything to fix the problem other than doing then hardwiring the console to the router, which I can't do because the router's in the other room. So, as it stands, going into a public session to join you guys, it's just about as impossible as it can get without me lagging out. So, unfortunately, I just can't. I mean, y'all guys can join me, but then y'all guys would lag out too, so it's that big of an issue. And until Rockstar updates the game, or until Sony releases a new patch for the new firmware update to the PS4, I don't know where the problem lies. It could be Sony's side, it could be Rockstar's side, I just don't know. But until a update comes for either part, you just gonna not see me much in online sessions. I'm just gonna be in sessions by myself. I know it sucks, but I mean, there's nothing more I can do. I mean, I pretty much tried everything. I tried rebuilding the system database on the PS4, that didn't work. I tried reinitializing the PS4 itself, that didn't work. I tried deleting the system cache on the PS4, that didn't work. I tried unlinking my PS4 account and social club accounts away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it with Fortnite. I mean, that game just seems like, wow, really? I mean, and then there's some people who's paying like out of the ass for the full version of the game, when they don't realize is that when the game gets out of its beta version, which I think is still in, when it gets out of that beta phase, it's gonna be a free-to-play game. So it's like y'all wasting money on a game that's soon to be pay to play. So I'm not interested in that game whatsoever. But to be honest, Carl, I've been trying to get in with my friends, like with the other guys I would normally play with, to screw around in lobbies and stuff. And even with them, 3 to 5 minutes is the maximum I stay in a lobby before the game decides to lag me out into a session to my own. But yeah, it's not that I don't want to try to join you, it's that I've been trying for so long, for the past 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks now, that, well, since the Hunter came out, because, I mean, I even thought, that when Square dropped the, multiplayer expansion for, Final Fantasy 15, I thought that screwed it up, because the last video I did with one of my friends was that montage where I swooped down and just ran into that one dude 3 times with the Nakota, and I was in a good lobby right then, and I had no problems then. So I even went as far as deleting Final Fantasy 15 off the console, and that wasn't it. That didn't remedy the problem. So like I said, I've tried everything.
The president of the motorcycle club.
Shut up, lady. So yeah, I tried everything possible and just nothing
Good luck out there.
other than updating the firmware or wiring it or doing like an Ethernet cable connection to it, which I really don't see that working either.
We on to get these weapons off.
Because like I said, I just don't see it working. Like, I could probably ask my friend's friend who's having the same problem I'm having if she's using either Wi-Fi or if she's either using Wi-Fi or a wire or an Ethernet connection. So it's just wait and see. I mean, speaking of the next update, now that Smuggler's run is finished, I mean, we got the laser finally, finally having the laser after 4 years the game's been out is bittersweet, to be honest. Let's see, I've been watching. Well, that's you, Carl. I mean, you're probably close to your router. Or at least into a close proximity to it that you have a strong signal. I mean, I got a strong signal. I mean, the router's not like on the other side of the freaking house. It's like a room away. But even then, like I said, I think it's just Rockstar servers, so... It's just Rockstar servers acting up, because this is like the only game I'm having the issue with. Like, I can go on Final Fantasy 15 Comrades, do some co-oping there, and when I hit quick play and join other players, I don't have issues joining with other players. Like, we can go into a match, like a co-op match with up to 3 other players. Oh yeah, if your connection is of McDonald's standards, then yeah, it is Rockstar's Rockstar servers at this point. Cause last time I checked the Wi-Fi, the connection speed stats, after I put everything back to standard, to like the standard connection on the PS4, I had like a 62.9 download and a 5.9 upload. So my connection is more than adequate it's more than adequate for playing online with other players. So it is a Rockstar server issue. So they have to. So the next update, they have to fix it. Cause I even told them straight up in the support ticket I made like over 2 weeks ago, stating that after the last time they tried to ask me to fix change the MTU number and all this stuff, I told them straight up, look, I'm done. Nothing's working. Doing all this stuff that I've been trying to do just doesn't work anymore. So it has to be on their end. And like I told them straight up, until y'all fix y'all servers to where we can properly hook up. Get off your bike. Properly hook up onto a server and all that stuff without having to lag out, I'm just gonna be in these kind of sessions to myself, making my money. Like, what I be needing to get my money back up to where it was before Smuggler's Run came out. I always miss that one dude. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on lately with Rockstar's servers being a bunch of just being an ass. Their servers just being assholes right now. and stuff. I don't know. Like, I mean, guys. I mean, I really don't know because I have a friend who has been having this issue since he's got his PS4, and even on his end, even when I link up with him, it still does it. But I'll try it tomorrow just to see if it. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, Carl. Like I know straight up it's not gonna work. I know it. I got a feeling it's not gonna work. It's gonna lag me out into a session like this, and that'll be the end of it. So we'll try it, but like I said, I just don't see it working. So anyway, back to what I was initially saying. Now that Smuggler's Run is out, you know, them dropping the laser and stuff, and that's a bit of a bittersweet vehicle to end an update. Is the laser? I mean that fighter jet has been in the game since day one. They put it out for $6.5 million and stuff, and the most you can do with it is a paint job. I mean, okay, I get it. Rockstar didn't want to tweak the fighter jet to where it can be as much as OP as it used to be, but the days of flying lasers and hydras is over. Like, I mean, you can still do it, but you have to watch out for that one tryhard in a lobby that's gonna have the explosive rounds, and it makes flying that much difficult because 2 hits with explosive rounds doesn't matter. Well, it does kind of matter if you're flying the Hunter, because that thing can take a little bit more. That thing can take a little bit more punishment. Anyway, flying the Hydra, flying the laser, it's just not worth it at this point, because you got tryhards who have the Mark II heavy snipers with the explosive rounds. And I mean, I have a Mark II heavy sniper, but you don't see me using the explosive rounds because it costs too much. I mean, yeah, I have them unlocked, I have them bought, I just don't use them because for 40 rounds, that's $14,500 each time you run out, and the game doesn't let you switch to normal rounds once you're out of them. And if you need more, you have to call for your MOC to go get some. And to me, that's too much of a hassle to deal with. And most of these tryhards that I've or you guys encountered are these guys with modded money in their accounts, so they can, once they're out of ammo, they can just call for their MOC, break out the MOC, go in there, get some explosive rounds to come back out. I do believe Rockstar need to kind of nerf this a bit. At least nerf the range of the explosive rounds. I mean, look at the cannons on the like the Bambushka, like the explosive cannons on the Bambushka, the Hunter, and the Valkyrie. If you're flying like a good distance in the air, those rounds are not gonna hit the ground. They're gonna explode like with like 20, 30 yards in front of the like in any direction of the aircraft. So they're not gonna hit the ground. I believe the explosive rounds do need to have a set limit on how far they go. Like, they shouldn't go. I mean, if you're flying high up in the air, like at the max range that the aircraft can go, yeah, the explosive rounds won't hit you there. But I firmly think that the explosive rounds need to end. They need to like stop at like the height of the Maze Bank Tower, the big one over there. They kind of need to have a set limit. I mean, you know, just to kind of balance it out, or make the aircraft a little bit stronger. You know, make it to where the
We're the only ones who knows the way it really is. Whatever.
No, shut up. or you know, make it to where the no, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, make it to where the aircraft's like components, like the ailerons, the rudders, or the Yep, 2 subs away from 200. That was another thing I was going to talk about, but thanks for bringing it up, Xanax. Anyway, as I was saying, they need to make the aircraft a little bit stronger to resist the explosive rounds. Make it to where the you want crack, huh? Crack that. Anyway. Alright, Xanax. But, yeah, hang on a second. I just had to put a sweater on. It's getting... Yeah, we had a cold front come through last night, so it's kind of nippy in here. But anyway, as I was mentioning, they kind of need to buff up the aircraft a bit to withstand the explosive rounds a little bit better. 199. And yeah, they just need to fix it up, fix the aircraft to where the components of them don't fall off when you get hit by an explosive round, because those explosive rounds are way too OP. I mean, even for like an aircraft such as like the Molotov, well, not the Molotov, but like the Nakota. I mean, you can't really strafe the ground with that plane because the guns on that plane are not explosive, which makes it an unfair fight when you're trying to gun down when you're fighting against somebody who's using explosive rounds, because they can just knock you. And I'm at 200 subs. Thanks, Xanax. That's really neat. That's really nice of you. So, yeah, thanks. So yeah. Anyway, now we're at 200 subs. Thanks everybody for subbing with me. I hope we can get to, if we can get to 500 subs, that would be awesome. But that's going to take a while, so. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, they just need to nerf the explosive rounds to a degree. Not to the point where they're useless, because you're spending nearly 15 grand on explosive rounds, and there we go. You're spending nearly 15 grand on explosive rounds, and they're not going to be as effective as they used to be. They just need to kind of balance it out to a degree. Not nerf them completely, but just to a degree where it's still you're at least still in an aircraft and you have a fighting chance, or at least a chance to get away from someone who has got explosive rounds. You know what I mean? So, like, saying maybe one hit from explosive round would be like a warning shot. If you're trying to get that guy again, he hits you the second time, that'll be like disabling the vehicle, taking off the ailerons and all that stuff. And then the third one will destroy the planes or the aircraft. So I think they need to do something like that. Oh, that's fine. But like I said, thanks for pushing my sub count to 201. That's really generous of you. So, but yeah, that's what I feel like they need to do with the explosive rounds on the sniper gun. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, now that Smuggler's Run is over, thank God. I'm wondering, I'm wondering from you guys, what do you think the next update's gonna be about? I know, I've heard the rumor mills. I've seen the videos from like Mr. Idiot for the Win and Saints Fan. I've seen them talk about the update. Me personally, from what I'm thinking, from what they're saying and stuff, from what the leakers are saying and junk, I'm thinking it's like gonna be like a mixture of the three rumors going around. Like it's gonna it's gonna be like, wait, they didn't drop a trailer, did they? Rockstar didn't drop a trailer on it, huh? I'll have to check it out. But anyway, me personally, I think it's like a mixture of the three, where it's like one part. It's probably, if it was made by that one dude, was it 12 or 22 or something like that? Then it's a fan-made trailer, not gonna be a real one. Unless it was like came from Rockstar's official YouTube page, I just don't see that being legit. But anyway, I'm thinking it's gonna be like a mixture of the three rumors, like one part pirate themed, one part hipster, and one part gun running part 2. Like in a way, like the business aspect can be the pirate gun running aspect combined in a way, and the land vehicles and all that stuff, like the properties, like the other properties outside of the Maze Bank foreclosure site, they can be like I know the rumors are like mansions, the nightclubs and all that stuff. That can be okay. They can be all that, and vehicle wise that can be like hipster themed, or to that degree, like it can be something along those lines. Vehicle wise, what I would like to see, I mean, I know some of the big YouTubers have said it, but me, the Deluxo from Vice City Stories. If you don't know what that vehicle is, that's the DeLorean DMC-12 from the 80s. That vehicle was made famous for the movie Back to the Future, where it was turned into the time machine. Now, we've seen a handful of movie-themed vehicles. I mean, this burrito van, and you can color it just right, and it looks like the van from A-Team. Because you can't buy this vehicle as this vehicle was finally made available from Heists. And of course we have the Vigilante, which is a mix between the 1989 Batmobile from the Tim Burton Batman movies and the Dark Knight Tumbler. The back end of it is modeled after the Tumbler from the Dark Knight movies. And of course we have the Ruiner 2000. That's modeled after Kid from Knight Rider. The MLC is another Knight Rider inspired vehicle. And the Oppressor is from another 80s show. I just don't remember the name, but it's in that. The model of it is, I don't know if it has the same functions as the Oppressor. Yeah, let me go put this up. It's 40 grand right there, so we got 50 grand thus far. Okay, so that's that for now. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and sell the top range vehicles that I have stored up.
Hey.
So we're gonna head to the office, grab a cargo bob, and I've had my vehicle warehouse full of like mid and standard range vehicles for quite some time. At this point, I'm not going to sell those anymore. I'm just going to stack up on just top range vehicles and just sell those. And I got a good handful of them. Like, I know I have like over $1 million worth of top range vehicles in my vehicle warehouse. So we're just gonna go ahead and sell those. So we're just gonna park the vigilante here and just go inside and go get the cargo bob. Pull up my list here.
Good to see you, boss. Hello. What do you need? What vehicle should I tell them you want? Whatever you want. I'll get him to bring it up to the helipad.
And that's another thing they need to fix. Why is it every time I call for a Pegasus vehicle from my office, it despawns my car? Like, why? What's the point in all that? You know? So that's another thing they need to fix. They also need to add an ability, well, an option at the office where you pretty much go straight to the roof. You don't have to go into your office. You don't have to go into your office and go back to the elevator and then boom, you're back to your you can go to the roof. Like, they need to fix that. But then there lies the problem. Rockstar has the reputation of not going back to past DLCs and fixing detrimental problems, or at least add on to something that should have been there since the update, when the update was first being realized, you know? Okay, get my list up. Or my computer's trying. Yeah, folks, it's way past time to get a new computer. I mean, I've had this Studio 1737 for nearly a decade. Like, it's 2017. I got this thing in 2009. So in October of 2009 at that. So yeah, she's getting up in age, which is sad to see. When you had a computer for so long, it's been through you through thick and thin. You've taken care of her. You fix her up. You customize her, and over time she starts slowing down. She starts crashing on you and all that stuff. And in the end, you really don't want to see the computer that you've nurtured for so long just go away or shut down, or, you know, not much in terms of shutting down, but dying on you. Okay, so let me see what we got for a 1.2, 1.4. Okay, so we got $1,400,000 worth of top range cars here. Now I could have two more here, but when I was sourcing this latest batch, the game decided to give me like a mid and standard range, so couldn't fill it up to 16. But whatever. 1,400,000 is not too bad. Of course, not counting the 20,000 each time. You know, 20,000 per upgrade. You know, doing the specialist dealer thing. So
Let's get to work.
all right.
Your own personal DMV.
Go ahead and paint this up. No.
Wouldn't recognize
Alright, let's see. That's good. No, the horn's okay. Put that. Alright, got a golden shower. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Alright.
Not bad. Yes, me.
Tuners. Bit of white smoke, and that's it.
Okay, the work's been done. Take the car to the buyer and don't let another organization get in the way.
What other organization, lady? I'm by myself in a lobby. Then again, if I was with friends, they wouldn't mess with me either, selling vehicles, because they usually do their own thing while I'm doing my own. Man, why do I always gotta hit that button? So yeah, anyway, like, vehicle-wise, for the next update, like I said, I would like to see the Deluxo make an appearance. And also, I would like to have it to have a, like, a, let me turn this down. There we go. Also like to have it to where you can either bring it to your MOC or Benny's. And I've touched up on this, like the wall of text, as I mentioned in previous DLCs. Or not DLCs, but live streams, where I pretty much talked about adding the Deluxo back into online, where it's not too expensive, like $500,000, which is within the ballpark of a typical sports classic vehicle. Like you're like anywhere between for sports classic vehicles. I'm so sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. You're looking at within the general ballpark of their pricing. You're looking at anywhere between 300,000 to what's the Arden? I know the Arden was up there. Let me look. Where are you, Arden? Yeah, to 1.1 mil. So like anywhere between 300,000 to 1.2 million is the general ballpark of the sports classic vehicles online. So $500,000 would make this vehicle insanely cheap when you think about shark card sales, but its Benny's or MOC upgrade pack would upgrade it to like the movie The Time Machine, or at least a parody of it to it, and you're gonna be spending like at least $2 million on this upgrade, because this upgrade will will have several unique functions to it. And of course, Rockstar can spin it to where it has weapons on it, which would make absolutely no sense whatsoever for this vehicle. But I can see them doing it. Here's why. When you have the
This is huge. We got a sale. Great job out there.
when you have it to where it's upgraded to like the MOC, like the Time Machine and stuff, you know how on the Deadline adversary mode, where the Tron bikes have that trail coming off from behind them to blow up the vehicle, to blow up your opponent, they can do it to where once you reach a certain speed, like either on ground or on the road and in the air, because this Time Machine variant, this upgrade will give it the ability to fly, like the DeLorean from Back to the Future 2 could fly. Once you reach a certain speed and the grills start glowing, it'll activate the trail.
Oh, hi.
And of course,
What
if
can
you
I do for you?
if you speed down, the trail will go off.
Your
But
personal vehicle is being brought up now.
they can have it to where once you hit a certain speed, the grills glow all over the vehicle. It creates that defensive trail behind the vehicle while you're having somebody chasing you, and they crash into it, they die. Now, even if you're driving even if they're driving like a,
What's up, man?
an APC, it'll instantly knock them. Well, not instantly knock out an APC, but damage it to the point where it blows up. Like, yeah, they can do something along those lines. Even with in the air, it would be tricky, so they might add like at least machine guns to it. Missiles, not so much because of the trail, because that trail will be way OP. But yeah, they can do something along those lines, and that vehicle will be a beast to take down, while flying and stuff. So they can. That would be insane if they do something like that with the time machine. If they decide to add it, which I hope they do, because that's my all-time favorite vehicle, and I drove the Deluxo a lot on Vice City and Vice City Stories, which I know I've heard you guys seen it, but there's speculation that Rockstar is gonna drop Liberty City and Vice City Stories on PS4, which I hope they're not gonna be overly expensive, because there are PS2 or PSP ports remastered to PS4 definition standards. So who knows? Whenever those two games drop, I'll do videos on those, especially Path to the Platinum videos. But I'm having issues with my with OBS Studio once again, not because of the program itself. It's just that my computer had a brain fart and its resolution dipped, so I had to do like a fresh reinstall on the computer. And all the settings I had with OBS Studio got wiped, so I have to figure out how to get everything working back to normal with the computer, so that I can use OBS Studio with remote play and do everything that needs to be done without a remote play crashing or OBS Studio having an encoding problem. That's why I've been throwing off the Series 3 of Path to the Platinum. I'm gonna be doing Kingdom Hearts Final Mix pretty soon, but I gotta figure out I gotta get all the bugs worked out of the mixing OBS Studio and remote play together, so that they can work that way they can work properly without one or the other crashing, you know. So what other vehicles would I like to see in the next update? Smuggler's Run did give us a lot of aircraft, which were good. But the Bambushka, the Laser, those were terrible. And take it from me, I flew the Laser like it was nothing back on PS3, and even when I came on PS4, I still flew the Laser. But I do want another aircraft. I at least want something that is like the Laser, like the Hydra, but can also take a punishment from explosive rounds. So not too OP, but to a point where a pilot like me can have at least a fighting chance of escaping the area if I get hit by an explosive round, you know. So that's what I like to see. If there's gonna be like a business theme around boats, which may be it, that might be the thing. The hovercraft needs to finally make an appearance online. It's been way overdue for that vehicle to come out. They can't call it the Vortex because we have a vehicle called the Vortex in the game now. It's a bike. Unlike on the original San Andreas, the Vortex was a hovercraft. I'm not saying give us like the small open canopy hovercraft that was in San Andreas. They can give us like the big bulky, the big one, you know, like the ones that the military kind of use to transport soldiers onto the beachfront. It can do that where it has the ability to drop depth charges, has a gun on it or someone to defend it, and has upgrades to give the gun like explosive rounds and stuff. And of course, it's gonna be able to go on water, go on sea, on the road and all that stuff. I also would like to see a upgrade to the Kraken to where it has the ability to shoot torpedoes, and not like the torpedoes have to be accurate, but not to the degree of the either the Ruiners or the Oppressors or the Vigilante rockets. You know, they just need to be accurate enough to hit a boat or hit something. Same thing with the Dinghy. That needs to have a Mark II upgrade where it has depth charges and a gun. And of course, and you know what other vehicles y'all can think of? Just let me know in the comments or in the live chat message in case someone watches. Turn it around. But yeah, with Smuggler's Run, bottom line, it was an okay update. Yeah, I'm rubbing my eye. It was an okay update. Some of the vehicles I liked. I liked the Nakota. It was a nice nostalgic airplane they bring in. I like the Pyro because that's the anti-griefer, jet griefer vehicle of choice because of how well it turns. The Hunter's a good helicopter, but as I mentioned in my video on it, you do need somebody to man that gun. But if you get somebody on that gun, it's over for people on the ground. Like, they can't do much with it unless you gain up on it. The one airplane that took me completely by surprise was the Sea Breeze, because I didn't expect that thing to have the speed boost that it has when you upgrade it, because that thing can keep up with like the Howard, or well, I'm not gonna say it can keep up with the Alpha Z1, because that'd be highly generous of it, but at least it can keep up with the Howard. But when it comes to like the other vehicles, the Havoc, that's way too damn small for me, and that's garbage. The Ultralight's good on its own merit, but unless you put the muffle prop on it, you're pretty much asking for someone to kill you. The Mogul and the Bambushka, they're crap. They're pretty much like Valkyries, where you need somebody to help you defend it. But the Mogul, I give the Mogul credit. You don't need you only need like one other person to man the turret on it, whereas the Bambushka, you need like 3 others one on each gun to defend that big ass plane. And that plane is just way too slow, way too bulky, and just not worth the $5.9 million it costs for the buy it now price. And of course, the most expensive vehicle, the Laser, was a huge disappointment for me. I mean, I knew from the leakers that it was going to be $6.5 million. I knew it wasn't going to have none of the other upgrades that the other vehicles have. And rightfully so, because the vehicle has been in the game since day one on last gen. Rockstar wasn't going to put the time in to make another, like a Laser 2 vehicle file in the game to where it has all the upgrades, which I wish it did, because then it'll justify the $6.5 million price point. But for $6.5 million and only having the paint job, it's not worth it. I wouldn't. I mean, I bought it because I had the money, and B, I just want to show it off for you guys. But unless you don't have the hanger at the airport, I mean at the military base, not the airport. If you have the hanger at the airport and you just don't want to go and have to go every time to the air base to go steal one, I say buy it. But if you have the hanger at the air base, the worst you have to deal with is a 2-star 1 in level, and you can easily dodge that. It's real easy to dodge the military with the jet. Well, flying out with the jet. It's really, like I said, it's real easy. So if you're saving money for the laser, I recommend not getting it. You're better off getting the Hydra, which is $3.5 million less, and it can pretty much take off at pretty much anywhere that lets you, like either the airport, airbase, or any other aircraft vehicle spawn point, including helipads. So the only trade-off you're getting with the Hydra for its VTOL capabilities is its agility. The Hydra's agility is just plain old garbage compared to the laser. The laser dominates agility bar none in terms of fighting between a Hydra and a laser. Now, if you put the pyro in it, the pyro will smoke both planes easily, even though it doesn't have explosive rounds, as mentioned in previous videos. So, I mean, now that all the vehicles are out of the game, or like the Smuggler's Run vehicles are done and out. I was thinking about doing like another reveal and customization video series, not the one I'm doing right now with the latest stuff. Like I was thinking about doing a video series on the old vehicles, like the vehicles that have been out since day one, and work my way up to what we have currently. Like I would do all the I won't do all of them because there's like a huge crap ton of vehicles in the game, and I'm not talking about the ones that you just see on the websites. Like there's vehicles on the street that are not sold on the website and all that stuff. So I was just thinking about just doing like the website vehicles first, and then look for like just the regular street vehicles. I mean, I'm sure people have done all that by now, but I just want your opinion, you guys' opinion on doing something like that. Whether I should do it or not. I mean, if I do it, great. If you guys think I should do it, great. If not, no harm done. I won't do it. Okay, time to go sell another car. Next car we're going to be selling is the big boy ETR1. And then when we're done here, we'll go to our MC Clubhouse and see if the contract board has changed. Because while the MC contracts are double money, I'm gonna substitute the transporter VIP job with X amount of MC contracts. So I know there's some MC contracts I can't do by myself. So whether it's just one or two or all three of them that I can do by myself, we'll do them while in that state, and then once we're done with that, we'll come back and sell another car. But yeah, my vehicle warehouse profit so far is almost at 100 mil, so that's great to see. But yeah, when it comes to the business aspect of the next update, I hope it's not like I want it to be kind of like Smuggler's Run, where you have to go do the missions and stuff. It's not like with gun running or the MC businesses where you had to wait. But the payout has to be better, because Smuggler's Run's payout system was just absolute garbage. Like, just plain old garbage. That's how bad it was. That's why Rockstar got so much backlash on Smuggler's Run. It was because the payout system wasn't worth it. Now, of course, you can circumvent this by doing the two of the three most lucrative crates in the game for that update. Like, you can, like, the three lucrative are the narcotics, the medical supplies, and the chemicals. Now, if you do like, let's say you do like 25 out of 50 out of chemicals and 25 out of 50 out of narcotics. Each one of those gives you a 35% increase in your sale, which is good. However, you have to sell them as is. You don't meaning you have to sell the 25 the first half, because you can only hold 50 items at any given time. So you would have to sell like half the first half to keep that 35% bonus, and then sell the second half for the other 35% bonus. The game will not let you sell them all off in one hit with the bonus. They'll just give you the $500,000, and that's it. Now, of course, you can also do one of the three for the 65 or 70% bonus. Downside is you have to wait every 2 to 3 minutes. You have to wait every 2 to 3 minutes per between each cell between each not each cell but each mission before you can go ahead and before you can go ahead and do another source mission. So if you're still doing the Smuggler's Run stuff, I recommend just doing it half and half on the like two out of, like, alternate between the 2 out of 3. Like, you can do like your first round you can do narcotics and chemicals, and then your second round after you sold that will be chemicals and medical supplies, and just alternate like that.
Wouldn't recognize it.
Alright. So yeah, if you just do it randomly in a Hainer, you're just not gonna get a good profit. I mean, even with the double money.
Okay, The work's been done.
In
Take the car to
RP,
the buyer and don't let
when
another organization
Rockstar
get in the way.
when Rockstar did double money in RP on the Hainer, I've made at best $22-23 million off the Hainer. I mean, even within, it's not worth it. Worth doing. Hainers are there just for the aircraft, as it stands for me. So when it comes to the next update, hang on a second. So when it comes to the next update, I want it to be something along the rounds of import-export in terms of its business, where you have to go to point A, pick up something, go to point B, bring it back, but make it more profitable than Smuggler's Run, because Smugglers, I mean, they've raised the bar with gun running, where once you have everything upgraded in your gun running bunker, and you sell it across the map, it's like 1,050,000. So you get net profit, but with Smuggler's Run, it's like, oh, no, what the hell? Wow! Caught between the freaking wheels. What the hell? Where is it? Oh, at least it landed on its wheels. Man. That's a major loss of profit right there. Well, one of the many dangers of using the cargo bob, I guess. Let's see how much money I lost on that. Wow, 6,448 bucks off of that. If it wasn't for like the AI chasing after me because I'm in the lobby to myself, this would be really easy. Crap number sending me crap shit. Oh, no, don't do that again. Yep. Minus 6,448.
Okay, we did it. That one's going on the balance sheet for next quarter.
Retire from that. Let's see what that message was about on my phone. Spam. Telling me that my Amazon, that I have an Amazon gift card ready for me. Like, get the hell out of here. So yeah, business aspect on the next update, something along the lines of import-export with a higher payout than gun running. Because gun running, like I said, gun running set the bar real high when it comes to its overall payout. And Smuggler's Run took that and just spat in it and just say, okay, here's $500,000. That's it. That's all you get. Like, really? I mean, a lot of people, including me, were like expecting something along the lines of like, I don't know, exactly or more than gun running when it came to the Smuggler's Run update. But yeah, Rockstar dropped the ball on that big time. Okay. Let's go back to the MC Clubhouse and see what kind of MC contracts we can do. If we can't do anything, we'll just go ahead, come back and do the transporter VIP job. Alright.
Look who it is.
Alright, we got, let's see what we got here. Gun running by the pound. Okay, so we can do 2 here. Let's just do by the pound, get that out of the way.
Good luck out there.
Cool. You gonna get these folks their product?
Ooh, the catfish view one. This one would be easier than the one going to the Rogers scrapyard. I say that one's easier. The catfish view one's easier because you can climb the mountain right where it's at, and you can just pretty much snipe everybody. Like, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, me and my friend Eastside, we were messing around and before anyone actually, it was just me and him in the in a session. But we were just messing around. He was in his Rocket Voltic, I was in the Vigilante, and we were just seeing how far we can go with the cops and stuff. And we terrorized the cops on here, and it was funny because I started shooting the rockets out of the Vigilante and stuff, and I'm hitting the cops left and right, and I asked him, the last missile I shot, I asked him how close was that to him, and he was like, oh, that was really close and stuff. And not long after he said that, I shoot another rocket, and it caused a chain reaction, which, let me see where I'm at. Okay. Anyway, it caused a chain reaction. When it hit the cop, it blew up like 2 other cars, and it also blew up my friend. It was it was so funny. Like, I mean, I wish I had saved the video clip of it, because that was just so hilarious. Because I wasn't expecting that to kill him, to be honest. But it just happened out of sheer coincidence. Alright. Climb out the mountain. Okay, the target is down there at the pier. So let me get out of the car here and pull up my sniper. As you can see, there they are. So I'm gonna take out the let me try to take out the driver. That drops the package, but that makes the driver not leave. And then we'll take out his 3 minions. There we go. Let me reload. Yeah, because we're so far away, the game's gonna still make them stand, even though we killed them. Well, some of them. But since we're this far out, the game's not gonna trigger these guys to start shooting at us because we're so far away. But thanks to the game's enhanced frame limiter, we can stay a good distance and take all these guys out without them getting spooked that somebody's sniping them, and all that kind of stuff. You see, no one's here, so get the vigilante situated so we can make a quick escape. Yeah, they're all dead. Alright, so let's get out of here. I would have shot those guys, but to be honest, if I did, I would have blown up myself, so we're just gonna let them chase after us. Or I can do that. Knock him down and then just shoot the guns. I mean, the guns on the Vigilante suck, but it's those rockets that are king on this vehicle. But of course, those rockets do have a drawback. If you're like, since they're so low to the ground, if you make your car stop suddenly while you shoot, those rockets will hit the ground and they'll blow up you and the car. And then the car itself is a paperweight when it comes to its defensive capabilities. Like, it has no armor. You can upgrade the armor to 100% on this thing and one rocket will still knock it out. Which is another part that Rockstar dropped the ball on. Like, you would expect that this vehicle can take at least one rocket with it. Especially since this vehicle doesn't have bulletproof or bullet-resistant windows. But nope. No defenses whatsoever. Ooh, damn, that was a... Oh, I made that bike fly. Damn, I wish it blew up. Yeah, we're just gonna wait to like the 10-minute mark, and then I'll turn it in to get the maximum amount. Wow, even just getting shot once, they still run like nothing happened to them. So yeah, I mean, I hope the next update is just as good as like the previous ones, unlike Smuggler's Run. But I do hope it is good. Now, what's gonna come out after the December update, I really don't know. I mean, a lot of people are thinking that once Red Dead 2 comes out, that's gonna be the end of GTA. That's not gonna be the case, since Take-Two Interactive pretty much stated in their quarterly meeting that GTA Online is not going anywhere because it makes them so much money in shark card sales. And they're still going to update this game regardless. I mean, it's not going to be as the updates from here on out, once Red Dead 2 comes out, they're not going to be as not going to be as grand or as elaborate as they've been previously, but we're still going to get something. But in hindsight, I think it's time for Rockstar to consider making the next GTA game. Being is that this game is 4 years old at this point. Yeah, I'm running millennials over. But anyway, being that this game is like 4 years old and stuff, they just need to consider the possibility of just going ahead and make the next GTA game where the map is way bigger than what it is here. I mean, this map was pretty huge, considering like GTA 4's map compared that to this. This map was pretty huge for online, but they needed to make it bigger. Like like I said, this map was big and all, but they just need to make it bigger than this. Like they should have added like Las Venturas and San Fierro along with Los Santos in on this map. I mean, they can probably do that in GTA 6, where it is the other two cities. On that game, with the option to come in here. But that wouldn't make it like they could do that as like a spin-off where you have all three cities on one disc, and each city has its own set of characters that do missions and stuff. Like you have GTA 5 with man, my nose is itching for some reason. You have GTA 5 with Michael, Franklin, and Trevor, and then you have San Fierro with its own three protagonists, and you have Las Venturas with its own three. But for GTA 6, they have to go back to Vice City. There's no excuse. They've done GTA 4 was in New York, which is Liberty City. GTA 5 was San Andreas, which is Los Angeles. GTA 6 has to go back to Vice City, which is Miami, South Beach, all that. And the way I can see that working out map-wise is that they can include the entire southern tip of Florida, including Key West, as the map for Vice City. Like it'll be Vice City and other cities within the southern tip of Florida as part of the Vice City map. which I think would be a good thing. More bit of exploring, like you can explore the Everglades, you can explore whatever Key West would be called, and it'll be kind of cool driving Highway 1 to and from Key West. Kind of boring, but yeah, it'd be fun at the same time. So it's just gonna be a wait and see of what they're gonna do, because I don't see GTA 6 coming out until late 2019, early 2020, somewhere along those lines. So yeah, it's just gonna be a wait and see. Alright, let me go turn this in. Not as much as I quite wanted, but eh. Yeah, the most you can get out of this is like 39,000.
That, my friends.
But anyway, like I said, I wasn't gonna do this live stream for long, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end it here. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna be doing another live stream later tonight, where I'll play through Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, it just depends. Like around 7-8 o'clock my time. We're gonna be doing we're gonna play through Madhouse difficulty and stuff, just to play through it, just to show out. Because I got some friends who are kind of curious on how that game is, even though the game's been out for a year. So, like I said, I'm gonna do a little live stream on that. So stay tuned. So please come back and watch that. And as always, please drop a like, subscribe, comment, share, and also hit that notification. That way y'all know when the next live stream or when I upload another video comes out. So anyway, again, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I hope to see you all in the next live stream later tonight. So again, thanks so much for watching.